Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking into the source material on the PKR2 app, which apparently gets promoted through 4uvize.com. And the promise is, well, pretty attractive. Earn cash, watching ads, doing small tasks. They claim you can make around 1,100 Indian rupees daily.
Yeah, and that number, 1,100 rupees a day, that's immediately where you have to pause. I mean, the idea of microtasks for money isn't new, but that specific amount, it sets off alarm bells right away.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The model is watch ads, do little things, get paid substantially. How does that stack up against, reality?
Well, it really doesn't. If you look at legitimate platforms, think Swagbucks, maybe Misplay, they pay tiny amounts for these actions. Cents, usually.
Right.
Literally cents.
Right.
So this idea you'll make over 1,000 rupees a day, it's just a big stretch. The ad revenue generated per view simply doesn't support that kind of payout.
So the finding really is that it's more likely an overpromise. They lure you in.
Exactly. Overpromise and underdeliver. You end up watching ads, making money for them, the platform, while your own earnings are probably minimal, if anything at all.
But why even bother setting up a fake system if the payout is going to be so low anyway? Is it just about getting people to watch ads?
Well, that's part of it. User engagement, maybe data collection, but often it's about something else. And when the basic money math seems off, like it does here, you have to look at the platform itself, its structure. And that's where the sources found quite a few red flags piling up.
Right. So if the core claim is shaky, check the foundation. What did the sources say about 4uvize.com itself? Any structural issues?
Oh, definitely. Transparency is basically non-existent. The website itself, it looks more like a random blog list than a real company site.
Okay.
And crucially, things you'd expect to see just aren't there. No verified payout proof, no official support contacts, no clear business registration, or even clear terms for getting paid.
And the ownership?
Hidden. The domain owner details are masked. That's a classic sign of a site trying to avoid accountability. Plus, it's linked to countries often associated with, well, fraudulent websites.
And that lack of transparency really shows up in the trust scores, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The technical checks were pretty damning.
They were. Scam Advisor gave it just 9 out of 100.
9, wow.
Yeah. And Scam.com wasn't much better, only a 25% trust rating. Essentially, both saying, avoid this, major fail.
So those technical weaknesses, they kind of open the door for financial traps, right?
Precisely. They get you hooked on that big daily earning promise, the 1,100 rupees. But then, actually getting any money out, that's where the problems start. You often find an incredibly high minimum balance required for withdrawal. Impossible to reach, basically. Or they make you invite tons of people. Or, and this is a big one, they ask you to pay money for some kind of VVIP access just to withdraw the cash you supposedly earned.
Which probably isn't even real cash sitting there.
Exactly. And then there's the feedback issue, or rather the lack of it.
What about that? The sources mentioned the site's age versus its reputation.
Yeah, this is significant. The site's apparently been active for about 4 years. 4 years. Yet 0 reviews on TrustBar.
0 for a platform supposedly paying out daily.
It's incredibly suspicious. That kind of silence is, well, it's deafening. It strongly suggests either they're very good at suppressing negative reviews or, more likely, people figure out it's a waste of time or a scam long before they'd think to review it.
Okay, so for you listening, if you come across this PKR2 app or 4uvize.com, what's the practical advice?
Look, if you're really curious, the safest way to approach it is purely as an experiment. Don't think of it as a real job or income source. Not at all.
And definitely, based on the sources, avoid spending any of your own money on upgrades or VVIP access. Absolutely not.
Never. And given the hidden ownership, the lack of security, don't share sensitive personal information. Not your real phone number, not financial details, nothing.
It really makes you think, though. This whole situation raises a bigger question for all of us online. How do we even begin to properly vet these online money-making opportunities when the most basic trust signals like who owns it, where they are based, real user reviews are deliberately hidden or faked? Something to definitely mull over next time you see a promise that sounds maybe a bit too good to be true.